Hey peeps, my name is Max and you clicked onto this video because you want to learn the basic usage of the Mac terminal. So let's jump right in and get going. So the first question might be, where's the terminal? You can find the terminal either by opening Spotlight and search for terminal, or you can open your program application and look in the utility folder, or you have it in the dock already like I have. When you click on the terminal, it opens up straight away. Your terminal might look a bit different. It can be in a brighter color. It can have a different color screen, a different color scheme whatsoever. But in my case, you see a pretty dark design, which is because of the settings I have in the OS X general settings. So first of all, we found the terminal, which is a good thing. Next, after you open up the terminal, you like to know, where am I? What can I do here? And the first command you'll learn today is pwd, which stands for print working directory. And when you hit enter, you confirm you want to execute the command you just entered, in this case pwd. So you see you're currently in the folder users Max, that's me, Wuest Labs. So we are in our home directory for today and we know where we are. Great. So we know where we are, but to keep things a little bit simpler, I want to have my graphical user interface as well. So we open up Finder in this location we're currently in, and we're doing it by entering open at the current location. The dot always stands for the current location. And when you hit enter, the current location opens inside the Finder so we can see what is happening. Currently it's empty. So there's a lot of space to work. To be sure that we are in an empty folder, we can also validate this by entering a command which is called ls, short for list. And when we hit enter, we see nothing, which is correct, because when we look over here in the Finder, we see no folder, no files whatsoever. When we create a new folder, just for practice reasons, we call it new folder. And we execute ls again, you see the name popping up right away, new folder. So ls, it helps you seeing what is inside the current location we are in. Okay, so after fooling around a little bit, we have some clutter here in the terminal. You are always able to clear the terminal by enter clear. And when you hit enter, your terminal gets cleared and you have a blank working page to work on. So the next thing we want to do is we want to create a file. Okay, so we are currently, let's apply our knowledge. We are currently in the Wuest Labs folder and we want to create a new file. For this, we can use the command touch. Touch can be used for some other things as well, but in our case, we are using it to create a new file. So when we say touch, we can give the file a name, something like new file.md, or we make it a txt. Hit enter, and on the right side of the screen you always see what is happening. So you're seeing new file.txt got created, which is currently empty, 0 bytes. And when we hit ls again, you see there is not only a folder, but also a new file.txt. And you also see there are different color schemes for the different things which can be in your current location. So you get a feeling for what are you handling and what are you working with. I just cleared the terminal so we can look at the next command, which is open again. You already learned about open. You remember we opened this Finder by the command open. But now we can use the command open again, and we use it when we see ls, new file.txt. We want to open this file in the text editor, okay? So we enter open new file.txt, and a little bit outside of the window, but here it is. It opens the text editor in Mac, so we can enter something inside the file. And we close it again. Now it has 9 bytes. Great. But sometimes opening a file is not suitable for every file. Like imagine you have a large log file, or you have some documents which you just want to peek into and have a look what's happening inside. there are other commands to use that you can look inside the file directly from your command line. There are a couple of those, but today we will use a special one. We will use tail. Tail also needs an attribute saying what you want to look at. So we want to look in new file.txt, and when we hit enter, you'll see something. So something is exactly what we entered into the file, so everything works fine. Again, there are different ways to enter a file, to look into it, and even to edit it inside the command line. For example, nano would be something. But for today, I think it's enough to be able to peek into this file and get an idea about what is happening. So the next idea would be to create a new folder and to move the file into the folder. To create a new folder, we don't use touch. Touch is only for files. To create a new folder, we say mkdir, so for make directory, and we give it a name, something like another folder. And on the right side, you see another folder got created. And also when we hit ls in the terminal, we see another folder, new file, and the new folder. So when we say we want to move the new file we just created into the another folder, we can say mv for move, new file.txt, into which location? It is another folder. So when we hit enter, we can look on the right side. New file, just gone. But when we open another folder, we see new file just appeared into inside the other folder. So ls states another folder and new folder, and we can be sure that the file is moved into the folder. But now the file is gone in the location we are currently in. So we want to hop into the same folder the file is, and we can do this by entering the command cd, which stands for change directories, and we say in which directory you want to change. In this case, we want to change into the other folder, so another folder, and you see on the left hand side it states where you are. So in our case, it's inside the another folder now. Hitting ls again, and we're seeing, great, we're in the same folder like our new file. And for whatever reason, we decide, new file, it's not the right name for it. Actually, it's a pretty old file right now, so we can rename the file also inside the terminal. We do this by applying the command you already learned, which is mv for move. And now we say new file, so this is the file we want to handle, and we say we move it to the same location, but with a different name. So we say old file.txt. So we are just saying take the old file. The old file in our case is new file, which is pretty strange, but we take it. So the old file, and we say the new file name will be old file because that's more suitable for the file in our case. By hitting enter, you see on the right side the name changed to old file. So everything works just great. So I just cleared the terminal again to have a blank page to continue, because now that we are in the other folder with the old file, so we are pwd, we are in the another folder, and with ls we see we are with the old file, we can say we want to go out of this folder back into the Wuest Labs folder. And we are doing this by entering cd, which you already learned, which stands for change directory. And now we are saying ... You might remember, I already told you, one dot stands for the current location. So we could execute this change directory to the current location and nothing changes. We are still in the another folder. But there's also the path with a second dot, so ... And this is always a parent folder. So when you execute change directories ... we are back into the Wuest Labs folder. So pwd, you see we left another folder and we are back in the Wuest Labs folder. And now we are thinking, maybe we want the file back, but we are not we want the file copied and not moved. So this is another command. You could say cp, which stands for copy, obviously. And now you don't have to be inside the other folder to get a grasp of it. So you can say copy another folder, and then you can say old file. So this is the address, so to say, of the file you want to copy. It is in the another folder with the name old file txt, and you want to copy it inside the current directory with another name. Let's give it another name. So we can say old file is just the old file. We don't want to mess around with it. Maybe it's versioned for us and we want to keep it. So we call it working file for no reason. So when you hit enter, on the right side you see working file.txt just got created, and it also has 9 bytes in it. When we look into it, you see it also states something because it's a copy of the old file. But now, thinking about this, I don't really want to have the file in the current directory, so I want to delete it. And we can do this by the new command, which is rm, stands for remove. And with rm, you can say what you want to remove. And one word of caution about this. When you execute rm, there will be no "are you sure" messages or something else. It will execute right away. And not only that, but the file does not get moved to the bin, but it gets deleted straight away. So when you hit a remove command and you press enter, it will get executed. Keep that in mind when you work with files, or the remove command in general. So stating remove, we say what we want to remove, the working file. And when I hit enter, you see the file got removed, and on the right side, the file vanished as well. So when we say list, you see only the folders are left. But what if you want to remove a whole folder? You could say the idea is to remove another folder, for example. You get an error message stating another folder is a directory, which is correct, but it also means that the rm command is not able to remove this like a file. So what you need to do is you have to add a parameter, which is -r, which stands for recursive. So you want to recursively delete this folder. So this not only deletes the folder, but it also deletes everything which is inside the folder. Keep this in mind. So remove -r, another folder, and when you hit enter, the whole folder and also the file is gone. And as I said, it's not only gone, but it's gone for good. It's not in the bin or somewhere else. It's gone, deleted from the disk. We clear the terminal again, and that wraps up today's lesson. We saw what is a terminal, where can I find it, and how can I do basic operations with it. Navigating, file handling, folder handling, creating, deletion, all that stuff. And I hope you enjoyed it, and see you next time. Goodbye.